3 a.m. Again, why did I ever think this was a good idea?
So that's neat. This looks familiar. We see this during the Zoom calls. We're underneath the bunk bed. Don't let anything hit you on the head there, Sam.
It's not. I don't know if I'm torn.
It's protection.
Mommy made it.
Hey, Sam, you will be, man. This time next year, you'll be taller.
He's growing.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll start the audio part here in a second, but we've had fun with the video part, and who knows? You're familiar, of course, with being on the Zoom call. The big thing about this, the audio part, is you don't have to worry about nothing. Okay, it's not live, and if we need to redo something, we can. And Greg does a nice job with the edits, but I don't think we'll have to. I think it'll just be fun.
Everything with Sam is fun.
You know it is. Are we ready to go?
Yep. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to intro it. You'll be at the beginning of the race report. So I would.
Alarm off?
Yeah, I used to.
You good?
Yeah.
So I would stop. During the podcast, it'll say something. Friends, it's time for, and then see this part you don't know. I say, friends, it's time for, and then the gang go, pew, 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 pew. Because Allie used to do that all the time, and now that Allie's not here, other people do it. Because that part where it goes, the race report, that gets added later.
Yeah.
So all cute. Right.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, that's right. If they don't do it, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. Okay, here we go. Let's kick it off on Saturday in Claremont, Florida, over around Disney World. There was an event called For the Love of Chocolate 5K. We had a couple friends who ran that. But most notably tonight, visiting with us in the race report spotlight, Luara and Sam did that one. Hiya, guys. How you doing?
Hi.
Good. Glad to see you. This is going to be fun. Glad you had time to come join us.
Mm-hmm.
We want to hear all about it.
With Sam's schedule, it's really hard.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got, briefings and what season? It's baseball season. You playing baseball, Sam?
No.
Soccer.
No? Soccer. Okay. Good sport. Good sport.
Oh.
Down here in Florida, you can play soccer all year round.
You play pretty much anything all year round. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a hotbed of soccer. I remember from my refereeing days. It used to be Clearwater. Used to be a real hotbed of amateur soccer. I don't know if it still is or not. Nevertheless, it's not the Rise and Play Soccer podcast. It's the Rise and Run podcast. So we want to talk about running. I always ask people, Sam, and I don't think I've ever asked you this question. How did you get started running? What made you want to do this?
It was like I'm just in the habit of just running, and because I skipped a school run for 5K on last Saturday, so
really?
Yeah, so
but the question is, how did you get into running? Why did you want to
Why did
start
you get
running?
started?
Not this race, but why did you just want to start?
Because my mom technically did it.
That's a very good answer.
Yeah.
It's a very good answer.
I'm like, I should do it.
Yeah. And you tried it, and I guess you liked it, right?
And in soccer, you just stand there, right? You don't do anything else, right?
No.
What do you do?
The only thing that you just stand there. It's goalkeeper, but you have to block the ball. So
But you do a lot of
you
what else in soccer?
you like just run around, try to get the ball and shoot,
Yeah.
pass.
Yep. So running in soccer, running in this sport.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
So you've been doing it almost all your life.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive. Laura, what about you? When did you get started?
Well, that's a great question. Um, so, you know, it wasn't until I think I moved down here. I graduated my first undergraduate in the early 2000s, and then I came down here. And being close to Disney, I started to learn about it wasn't Run Disney at the time. One of my first was they used to have a around Mother's Day a kind of like a heart race. And it was more so the parking lots, not too much of the park
Huh,
in
how about
Epcot.
that?
So did that one because it was also the Minnie Mouse like mini marathon weekend, something along the lines of that name.
Okay.
And then I would
About
do
when was that, Laura? How long ago?
I want to say, 2000,
Yeah, a long time, huh?
like two, oh, yeah.
Because the
It's,
thing is,
it's,
our guest tonight, and I know you haven't heard him yet. Matt is kind of a Run Disney historian of sorts, and I don't recall him talking about that, John.
Yeah,
so
well,
it was
there was a mini
it was,
marathon weekend.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was in 2008. And actually I did
Oh,
the Tower of Terror, but it was the night races when they did the
yeah.
13K, but they had a 6.5K. So
Oh,
that was
my
actually my
goodness.
first race. 2007 was the Tower of Terror 6.5K.
I bet that was a
Um,
PR.
so yeah, and so just started getting into all the Disney races, and then I had kids and took quite a hiatus from it, and
Uh-huh.
came back. I did my first marathon was, oh goodness gracious, back in 2011.
Mhm.
And I said I would never do a marathon again unless it was Goofy because they didn't have Dopey yet.
Okay.
So then I did Dopey or Goofy,
Goofy, right?
and that was the year before they announced Dopey. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to have to do another one because you have to do Dopey. So when I took the hiatus, I came back, and my first races back was for Dopey.
Laura, you look too
So
young to have been running this long. I'd say that's a good thing,
yeah.
but yeah, that's cool. Um, okay. All right. Let's talk about this weekend, the run
Yes.
in Claremont.
Yeah, so it was at Southern Hill Farms. It's started off as a blueberry farm, and they've just kind of grown as far as like the farm, and they now do like strawberries and other vegetables and sunflowers and all
Yeah.
sorts of. So they have a few races there each year. This was put on by the Florida Running Co. And you're, for the most part, you start in the center of their fields, and they now have this beautiful, it was like almost like a runway, but it was bricks. And then you get into their field and you run around the perimeter. And then you finish back in the middle. So it was a loop. But I wasn't quite prepared. I've heard about it, and I think I forgot about it. But what happened when we were in the field, Sam?
Sand. It's like the worst part
Sand.
about the race. Like we were like walking on sand, and it's like slippery, and I'm like,
It was that
We get-
loose dirt, sand, and it
Like
was
being at the beach.
yes, exactly. Like
Yeah.
when you're first walking onto the beach near those sand dunes,
Oh,
and
that's
you
tough.
just sink into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our plan kind of went out the window with our intervals. All of a sudden, it was let's just walk until we
Yeah.
find an area where we can actually run.
Yeah. Had you ever done anything like that before, Sam?
no,
No. I don't
No,
think
this
you're
is
excited about doing it again either, are you?
nope.
No. No. See, in this case, I'm glad we have video on. That was good. That was a good reaction, Sam.
Yeah.
So what did you I understand it's tough. It's tough to run in that stuff. Your legs get heavy and it's hard to do.
Well,
What?
and as I don't want to break my ankle,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm notorious for doing something like that.
So what'd you end up doing? I think you answered already. I think you said to start walking a lot more.
Yeah, we started with our 30-30 intervals. And then, once we got into like the thick of it, we just walked a little bit more. When it got back to kind of grassy area, we just started back with intervals. And until we made it towards the end, since it was looped, you had, the faster racers coming back as you're going forward, but they have you running on the left-hand side, which was unique because,
oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
over here, you want to run on the right-hand side, but
that's
in the
what we're used
cones,
to.
they're like,
Yeah.
stay left, stay left.
Huh. Okay.
But yeah. And then what happened towards the end? Once we got back onto those bricks, what did you do at the end?
Just run the whole way.
Yeah, you ran the whole way. And when we got even closer, what did you do?
Sprint.
All of a sudden,
You were trying to
took
beat
off.
Mom, weren't you?
Yeah,
Sam.
but
What happened?
the worst thing ever, she beat me by 0.1 second. I'm like, oh, great.
So he took off, and I said, oh, no. Nope, not doing this. So I take off after him, and you hear the people that are cheering everyone in, they're cheering for Sam. And then I hear this one lovely lady go, go, Mom, go, Mom. And I hit that mat a 10th of a second faster.
What do you think, Sam? What do you think of Mom? She beat you. That's pretty. I mean, I'm pretty impressed by that. What do you think?
I don't know.
I'm sure it won't last much longer.
You think you'll beat her next time?
You got to wait a little bit longer next time. Then you go on the sprint, so you take her by surprise.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
John's giving you strategy, Sam. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see with the next one. It was also cute. There were a couple costume people. Cupid was along the race, and he was giving out random items to people. I got these heart sparkly sunglasses.
Did you get anything, Sam, from Cupid?
No, I didn't get anything.
No.
Well, I see something, and I don't know. You got a plant?
I got to describe the plant.
It's like a little man it's Cupid. So
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
It looks like a chia plant.
It kind of, I don't even know what it is, or if you have to keep it alive, or I'm not sure.
Looks like grass growing out of Cupid's head there.
Before. You don't really have to keep it alive.
So yeah, finishers. We got a really nice little finisher medal. It's a heart. Good. It's got a
that's
box
sweet.
of chocolate.
That's nice.
Yeah, and then you got to pick a plant. And what was the best part after the finish line?
Strawberry donut.
Strawberry donut.
Strawberry donuts.
How many did you eat?
One.
Just one.
I'm like, I want two.
You were behaving yourself.
Well, they were kind of keeping track.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, they were marking your bibs when you got the donut.
All right.
Nice.
Friend, sounds like a good weekend. You going to do it again?
Nope.
No? Didn't like that sand, huh?
Maybe not this one, but...
What are you doing next?
Springtime surprise.
Springtime? Okay.
Yeah, he'll be... For Disney, he's got springtime, and then we've got... they do a Lucky Charm 5K, but it's within neighborhoods, so...
Sounds like St. Patrick's Day, right?
Yep, right around St. Patrick's Day. And then I'll be there this weekend at Princess.
Good. So I'll see you, well, in podcast world, I'll see you later today.
Yeah, right.
Which is actually 2 days from now.
You might have seen him already.
That's right. It gets very complicated. It's good, though. All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
I appreciate it. It was fun.
Yes.
And we look forward to talking with you later.
Happy running.
Yeah, we'll cut the podcast part there. I don't really have much more to add. It was fun talking with you. I did appreciate the fact that we had some visuals here. That helped quite a bit.
Sam, you have a medal rack yet in your room?
No, I need to get him one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mom, this one.
I got it.
Currently,
I-
I have a rack downstairs. It has some hooks for when they bring things home from school. It says, "Look what I did." So all of his medals are kind of hanging on that.
If you're a big Star Wars fan, I got one that says, "May the Force be with you."
There you
Oh,
go.
that's fun.
There you go. I got I
Yeah,
just
I
re-
wish
Go
I
ahead.
wish they still did the Star Wars runs in Disney.
Yeah,
Never know.
maybe someday they'll come back. Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
Um,
they had. I think they're coming back. We had a good. You could ask your mom when we went to the marathon. We had a whole mile and a half of Star Wars, or
Yeah.
2 miles of Star Wars. So it was good.
I think they'll surprise us somewhere.
yeah.
I think 2027.
Okay. Well,
That's
it's actually,
50 years of Star Wars.
the recording's still going, so we've got John on tape saying 2020. Oh, that makes sense, though. It does make sense. 50
Yeah.
years. That'll be
Yeah.
good. All right. All right. I was looking for some medal pictures, but I was going to share them, but I couldn't find any. All right, friends. Good stuff. I think I will let you go, and I hope to see you later today.
Yeah, drive carefully. I
If
can't
not,
wait
yeah.
to hear about your Princess to Pirates.
Yeah, that should be interesting. I'm actually driving over Wednesday, uh,
Today?
be at the expo Thursday, run the 5K, and then I'm actually going to come back here in the afternoon, go to the expo here. I want to meet Meb. You know who Meb is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to meet Meb, and I want to meet. I've never met Fitz Kohler. I've talked to her several times, but never met her. So I look forward to seeing her there. She'll be at the expo also. And then I'll run the 15K Saturday morning. I haven't even looked to see what time. I think it's 6:30, something like that. And then head back for the meetup. The the question is, which will take longer, the 15K or the drive back on Interstate 4?
I'm gonna put money on the drive back.
That's what I'm looking at too.
I'm pretty slow these days, but we'll see. But Becky's in the house right now baking cookies. I've talked to her, I've talked to others, and I know other people are making cookies, and that's nice. And I didn't obligate anyone, but I can't hold her back. She's in there. She's got a friend from the neighborhood
Awesome.
over helping her. So
Well,
she's
we should
doing
be
that.
there Saturday.
Good. Good. Well, we will see you then, okay?
Sounds good.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.